Hi, welcome to the Mohawk install video. We're going to show you how to take care of the wig when it arrives for you in Miami, and then how to remove it from the mannequin head and then install it on your own head. So come along with me. All right, first what I want to let you know is what you're going to receive in this really big box. You're going to get 4 of these Mohawk wigs with the mannequin head. They're going to be attached to the styrofoam mannequin head. You're also going to get a can of Got2b glue spray. This actually might come to you through Amazon because FedEx isn't really into sending aerosol cans. So if this is not in that box, I'll make sure that an Amazon box does come to you so that you have this. And this lovely little thing is a table clamp. So right now I'm using an actual hair stand for mannequin wigs, or for mannequin heads and wigs, but you're gonna get this little guy, and this basically, as you can see right here, it attaches to a table. So you can unscrew it to whatever your width of the table is and then screw it up so that you tighten this area, and it should not move. That way, if you need to do anything with the mannequin head, you're not gonna have to worry about it tipping over or falling over. There is a screw here as well. Looks like a little captain's wheel. And you can adjust the tension for the top so that if you need to tilt the head forward or backwards, more than likely you probably won't. I think that this is just so that you can basically take the styrofoam head off and be able to set it here so that, as you can see right now, the hair is a little bit floppy because it has been resting in my garage for a little while, but it's a little bit floppy, so we want to get it stiffer for when it's on stage so that it's actually more of a stiff mohawk. So basically all this is to be able to set your head down, because if you just set this on top of a table, it's going to fall over. It's very weighted, so it needs that peg inside in order to keep it stable. So like I said, in the box you're going to receive 4 of these Mohawk wigs, and you will have another package that has the Got2b glue in it. And in order to refresh the wig, I'm hoping with the way FedEx told me that they're going to be packaging these, I'm hoping that they come pretty sealed and insulated so that this stays stiff. Now right now it kind of wobbles like a fin, and obviously we want it to be pretty stiff and straight like a Mohawk would be, like they were for the photo shoot. So there are 2 ways to approach this. I'm going to show you the first one, and then I'll give you an alternate if you're finding that this is really frustrating, because it can be. So, all right, I am going to take the spray, and there's no need to really mess with anything down here. This has been teased and sprayed within an inch of its life. It is very stiff, as you can tell, even just trying to do this. But it's the very thin top that's really can get floppy quickly. So I would put your hand behind and spray more than you think is necessary. Spray a lot. If you want to take the can itself and just sort of like push everything into the wig, there's a few hairs here that have gotten a little bit loose. You can just spray it and then use the can to kind of push it in, or your finger, and just let it dry. Don't try to touch it, because right now it's going to be very sticky. So as you put your finger on it, the hair is going to come away. So it's best to just spray it. Your hands will get really sticky doing this. So if you need to have some baby wipes nearby, or run into the sink and go wash, otherwise just let it dry. Same as it is drying on the hair right now. Just let it dry on your hands. But as you can see, it's already a bit stiffer now. So we're going to do it on the other side. I've not touched that the side we just sprayed. So we're going to do it again over here. And if you see, I don't know if you can see it in camera, but the hair does get wet. So it's going to get very shiny and look wet. Don't worry about that. That's exactly what we want, because we want that hair to get very shellacked with the glue. Just going to come in here. Don't really push too hard. It's more just to get the hair to lay back down onto itself. You should be fine. I know you guys are going to be on a stage, so there's not probably going to be too much up close view. But if you have a lot of these little baby hairs that are just kind of like falling away, again, just spray and just slightly push your hand against it. go from the base up, from here out. Just follow the direction of where the root of the hair at the head, and then push forward. When it comes to the white sides, they're pretty much styled as is, but again, with this spray, you can, if you want to spike it up here like this and push it up higher, just spray it with the glue and let it dry. Don't even touch it. It'll stay where you want it to stay. Each wig is a little bit different. The biggest one, I think, is the 24-inch high that was in the campaign, and that one is probably going to need more spray than any of them. I will be spraying these before I ship them, so hopefully they'll stay pretty stiff. But even now, you see how the difference? Like now it does not have that like fin wobble. It's more of a stiffer hairdo. So that's really all you need to do. If you find that having the mannequin head on that table clamp is frustrating and it's hard for you to manage, you could also lay this down on the cardboard box when you open them up. Just lay them down flat and then spray. That way gravity is going to take over. You make sure it's dry. Once that side's dry, flip it over and you can spray the other side. So we have the Mohawk nice and stiff. We've got it styled how we want on the sides, which, note, if you want to style this part once it's on someone's head, that's probably a good idea too. This is easy to deal with. Once this is on a human head, imagine this on my head, it gets so much higher and it's a lot harder to manage, but the sides are really easy. So if you get this on someone's head and then you want to kind of style this so it looks really cool, you can spray it on their head, no big deal. All right, so to remove the wig from the mannequin head, there will be 3 anchor points on each side. And when I say anchor points, I mean these wig pins. They are specific for wigs, so don't be alarmed when you pull out the world's largest pin. They are really big, but that's to keep, because the wigs are so heavy and we want to make sure that it stays on the styrofoam. You're going to find one up here by the temple, and the way I've placed them is wherever the shorter hair is, it's at the top of the shorter hair. Then you're going to find one here, which is where it would be by the ear. And you honestly can just put your hand on here and feel where they are. And then if you come down here to the back of the Mohawk, again, where the white hair is, you're going to find the other one. So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to pull each of them out. And I usually just have random stabby just to get them out. Looks like I have a voodoo doll. Same thing on this side. You've got your temple, and then the ear. And then we have, see, even I have to feel around. Like I know it's there, but I have to feel around to find it. We have the back of the neck as well. When we get to removing the wig, I think it will be helpful if you have 2 people, just so that someone can hold the mannequin head down. Otherwise, it wants to come with, because these wigs they're pretty tight and snug. But if you're by yourself and it's just you putting it on someone, just slowly work your fingers. There's elastic with the wig. So as I'm putting my finger back here, I'm just, cupping underneath, finding that elastic. See how I can kind of pull the back of the wig, and then just start lifting it off. Now, when you lift it off, let it fall like this, okay? Don't try to like hold it up like this, because the integrity of the wig itself is going to probably start to collapse a little bit. So I always hold it upside down. Inside the wig, you have these hooks so that you can tighten the wig if you need to, or you can loosen the wig, and that's for the elastic. So if someone has a really big head in your crew, you're going to want to take it out here so that there's a lot more space for their head. But if someone has a tiny head, then we're going to want to make sure that we bring it in a lot tighter, and that's going to kind of shore it up for us. If you have someone that has a lot of hair, you may have to widen this. That way you can get it over their hair. So it just depends. Let's say you had someone with a smaller head who didn't have much hair at all, you probably want to go to the tightest one. In order to install this on your human head, pretend this is the client, we want to make sure that the person sitting here is going to do what I call rabbit ears. They're going to take 2 fingers like this, and they're going to put them up to their forehead. This is going to act like a clip. You're going to hook the front of the wig onto their fingers, and they're going to hold the wig while you pull it across the back of the head. Okay? So I'm actually going to have my assistant, you're just going to see her hands. She's just going to come over here with 2 fingers and hold the front of the forehead so that you guys can see this. Now, I'm still holding the wig. I'm holding it from the back, like we said, upside down. And what I'm going to do is just very gently bring this forward to her. Her fingers are acting like if you only had a client, but if you also have someone that can help you, she's holding that to the forehead and anchoring it. I'm taking my fingers and pulling the wig over the back of the head. And quite honestly, that's it. If you need to, once you put this down on someone, if you're finding that even the lace here is popping up, bring this closer. There's lace right here because this is a bit of a hand-tied wig. So if you're finding that this is popping up, you can take some of the Got to Be Glued spray and douse this with the hairspray, and then just lightly hold your finger down until it starts to get sticky, and you'll be able to just push this in like it's kind of a tacky space and be able to push it down and hold that down a little bit. But most of the time, because it's this thin lace, you're not really going to see it at all, and it generally stretches over somebody's head. That concludes basically how to unpack, refresh, remove the wig from the mannequin head, and then install the wig on someone else's head. I'm going to give you a few tips for hair types. If you have someone who has long hair like myself, the hair is going to need to be braided, and you can just pull it in 2 sections and braid it down. Then take it in the back. We'll pretend that this is a braid. You can take it in the back and just bobby pin it. And I'll make sure that I send a few bobby pins for you guys as well. But just bobby pin around the person right here so that it at least stays, because you don't want their hair obviously falling out of the wig. So if you can just get it up, that's all that matters. Then you'll be able to pull the wig back and over so that when you get to the back side, it's going to pull underneath the braid. If you have someone that has very full hair, like very big curly hair, I would recommend that you truly just go in with bobby pins and make sure that you're just pinning it flatter to the head. If you had to braid, like a little bit of a braid, or just twist the hair around just a little bit like this and then put a pin in, and then go and twist somewhere else and put a pin in, it does not matter what it looks like underneath, because these wigs are going to cover up everything. That whatever it looks like underneath is not going to matter. If you have someone that doesn't have any hair, sometimes that can also be a problem, because there's no resistance to the wig being on the head. So with hair, it has something to grab onto. But if it doesn't have anything to really grab onto, I would actually recommend that you lightly spray their head and then put the wig on. That way there's a little bit of tackiness and something to hold on to. If you have men that have slightly longer hair, where it's going to be longer than the wig itself, if it's a short crop cut, that's probably the most perfect thing, the most ideal situation. But if you have a gentleman that has longer hair, or a woman that has kind of down here to her jawline, it's just the same concept. You're going to have to take the hair that's going to fall in the wig, you're going to have to just take it and pin it some. Try to get it out. If you need to part it, pin it, part it, pin it, you're going to be golden. So like I said, I will make sure that there are bobby pins also in the kit for you. If somebody wanted to wear the wig a little bit longer and felt like the wig was kind of wobbly, you can take pins and push through the wig. There's lace here inside of the tracks. You can see it here a little bit better. So you would have to take a bobby pin and poke through the lace and then poke it into the hair underneath. And you could do that in multiple places, just on the side. You're not going to be able to get it through here. This is pretty much a shell. So only in the sides would you be able to pin it down. Ideally, pinning is really only for someone with hair. So if they do have hair underneath, you can try to get it and pin it into their hair. But I do think you're going to be pretty safe with just getting it on the head. I don't think you're going to need to anchor it too much, unless you guys are going to have a rave, and then maybe you should pin it down. Anyway, I really hope that this helps you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or text me. I'll make sure that that information is in the email, and I hope you guys have a really good time, and please send me pictures and videos. I cannot wait to see this on stage.